What is going on? Welcome to my first YouTube video. I figured to kick off this YouTube channel, why not let you guys know how I even became a truck driver. So my first real career was within the healthcare industry as a medical billing and coding specialist. I've done account receivables for about 5 years, and while I was very good at it, it wasn't something I had a passion about. And I told myself, you know what, I think I want to go to school for accounting. I found an accounting firm that was hiring a bookkeeper, and I figured that's the way I could get into accounting while going to class. And they hired me on as a bookkeeper, and it was going well until I started seeing the life of an accountant. I started seeing what they do, their overall lifestyle, and it hit me, and I told myself, man, I don't think I want to be an accountant. I mean, it's crazy how things change. So I decided to switch my major to criminal justice. And the accounting firm caught wind of me switching my major, and that's where things started to change. They started to treat me different. They forced me out of the bookkeeping role into a receptionist role. In their mind, they're saying, you know what, Ev is not taking accounting serious, and I can't invest in her anymore. And I can't be mad at that. I mean, I didn't want to be a receptionist, but I do understand that they want to focus on somebody who wants to pursue accounting. So I said, let me just continue working here, earning a salary while I continue to go to school. In the midst of working at this accounting firm, my cousin hit me up and was like, yo, Ev, what you doing on Saturday? And I told him, nothing, what's up? And he asked me if I wanted to go to work with him. He's a truck driver. He's an owner-operator, and he's been doing it for about 15 plus years. I believe he hauled drive-in and containers. I told him, yeah, just let me know when. Show me what you do. I forget exactly where we went, but I think it was like a half hour out. We ended up arriving to where he had to go, and he did his thing. He knocked out what he had to do. And we were ready to start heading back, and he looked at me and he goes, you want to drive? I said, what? He's like, you want to drive back? I said, me? I don't even have a CDL. I never drove a tractor trailer before. And he looks at me and goes, so I know you can do it. I'm like, you're going to let me get behind a whole tractor trailer with no experience? Move over. I got this. I jumped in that driver's seat and I started heading back, and I drove the whole way back. When we arrived, I let him do the parking. And man, that's when I got an insight of what it is to be a truck driver. And I'm telling myself, like, hold on. You're telling me that you can earn a salary not dealing with a bunch of hypocritical people who gossip all day in an office with minimal supervision. I kept this in the back of my mind. I said, I can see myself doing this. So I had to work hand in hand with this lady at this accounting firm. And it got to a point where I ended up in an argument with her because she was acting so superior. And I don't like when people act superior when you're not. You're not a manager. You're just a receptionist. I ended up in a really bad argument with her. And I told myself, before I even stoop to her level, I'm going to need to walk away because I know my attitude, I know my temper, and I know what I can do. And I didn't want to do it there. I walked to the closet, I grabbed my coat, I put it on, and I walked out and never looked back. For the first time, I didn't know what I was going to do. And that's when it hit me. I said, you know what? I'm going to go for my CDL. I didn't have the money at the time to go to a local school. I didn't have the $5,000 to $6,000. So I researched a company where they will send drivers to get their CDL and then work for them for a year. I found US Express and I decided to sign on with them. And she's like, all right, I'm going to have to send you to the CDL school. And I'll remind you, I am from New Jersey. And she told me the school is located in Missouri. And I said, okay. Are you going to fly me there? She's like, no, we're going to put you on a Greyhound. I said, a Greyhound? I said, that's 22 hours. And she's like, I know. Okay, the longest 22 hours of my life. I told myself, you know what? It's 3 weeks long. It's 10-hour days and it's 7 days a week. I said, all I got to do is knock out these 3 weeks, dial in, get my CDL, do my thing, and get out. And that's exactly what I did. And I thought I had support at the time. I was married. So this school was located in Hazelwood, Missouri, and I think it was called MTC. I'm not even going to get into the details of this school. So the day came where it was time to go take my state test, and I did everything. I did the pre-trip, the maneuvers, and the road test, and I passed with flying colors. I remember being so excited. I felt like it was the longest 3 weeks of my life, but it was finally over. I texted my husband. I said, I did it. The goal with this was to team drive. He went for his CDL first, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to go for my CDL, and we can team drive and make money together. And I remember texting him that very morning that I passed my state test, and I am telling you, nothing was taking my smile off my face that day. I went all the way back to the hotel room, excited to meet my trainer, until that night when my husband decided to email me telling me he no longer wanted to be in a relationship with me. And I said, okay. The breakup itself wasn't what hurt me. It was more so how he did it. I felt like of all days, you had to pick the day that I graduated and got my CDL. You had to tell me that you no longer wanted to be in a relationship with me. You couldn't wait until I got back to New Jersey to tell me that. You had to tell me on my day. All right, I'm at the point where, you know what? If that's what you want, then that's what you're gonna get. The time came where I had to go meet my trainer, and they ended up putting me on a Greyhound from Missouri to Georgia to go meet her. That was 11 hours on the Greyhound. I said, damn, let's do it. So I met up with my trainer, and oh my God, I could not take it with this lady. It got to the point where we ended up getting to Arizona, and I said, you know what? I can't do it with this lady anymore. I found out where was the local airport, packed my bags, and called an Uber. And she's like, where are you going? I said, I'm leaving. She's like, you're not coming back? I said, no, I'm going back to Jersey. Didn't know what I was going to do. I was coming home to nothing. But I told myself, you know what? I'm going to figure it out. I ended up signing on with FedEx real quick on this contractor position. It was technically a class B position, but I said, you know what? I need something right away just to get me working, just to allow me to maintain my bills while trying to figure out the route I really want to take. So in the midst of doing this FedEx route, I told myself, man, I think I want to enter the world of tank hauling. So I did some research, and I found Schneider that will hire you on as a new CDL holder. So I called them, I applied, they approved me. So I spoke to the lady at Schneider, and she said, all right, we're going to have to send you to the school. And I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go again. She's like, it's in Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh, that's 6 hours away. I could do that. She was like, we could send you in a Greyhound or you can drive there. I said, I'm driving. She said, we're going to send you to the Tanker Academy where you're going to learn all about tanks and all the chemicals that we haul and how to haul them. I said, let's do this. Once I got to the academy, I passed it with flying colors. And that's when I knew I made the right choice. And that's when my career started. I stood with Schneider for about 6 months before I jumped to the company I'm with today. And I've been hauling tanks since 2018. So no, I don't have some fancy story on how I became a truck driver. It was funny how it happened though, because I stumbled across it through my cousin. And if it wasn't for him taking me on that ride with him, I don't know where I would be right now. But I'm happy it turned out this way because what I do doesn't really feel like work. Now it's allowing me to do the things I desire behind the scenes, like some hobbies and some other interests that I have that I get to pursue. So I feel like everything is falling into place. I do look forward to making more content for you guys. So thank you so much for supporting me on my journey. It means the world to me. And like I say many times, if I can inspire just one person, man, it's worth it. It's all worth it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my video. Until next time.